All right, welcome back to the No Name Podcast. We still don't have a fucking name.
I thought Rant Farm
That's
was a
not even
great
a
name.
bad name either.
The No Name Podcast. I think that's a
Yeah.
good.
You guys don't like the Rant Farm?
No, Rant Farm sounds like Ant Farm.
Yeah, that's the point. It's supposed to be a play on words, an ant farm.
Yeah, and Ant Farms are fucking creepy.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's a good point.
No, I like No Name Podcast, like we just said, or the Coal Miners.
We're done with the minor thing.
I think that's a good idea.
We're gonna get caught in some weird scandal, and it's just gonna go perfectly with the name Coal Miner. We know.
Dan's got some weird glasses on.
They're regular glasses. Look what they say. They say UMass on them. Well, they say Massachusetts, but if I can get in the frame. All right.
Well, I got
don't
two
think
things
we-
coming out hot.
Well, wait. I don't think we introduced ourselves yet. I'm Guard Mouse.
Siggy.
Luke.
This
Okay.
is episode 9 of
Can I
ninth
come out hot now?
installment
Can I come out
of the
hot?
No Name Hop. Yeah, go ahead. Fine. Go ahead.
Okay, No Name Podcast, that's your name. I think that's great. But, okay, a couple weeks ago, if you've been following along with this program, which nobody has, but that's all right, we're building an audience. Dan was like, you can't trade Jonathan Taze and Patrick Kane and Duncan Keith because in hockey, apparently just one day good players show up and then you have a good team. But he never explained how you build a good team. He was just like, one day a good team shows up. Like he was just like, you can't do that. He didn't give me a reason why you can't do it. He was just like, you can't do it. Okay. Well, for the second year in a row, the Blackhawks missed the playoffs and they're sitting in NHL purgatory where they have like 4 or 5 really good all-star guys and then a bunch of crap. And then they're going to sit in purgatory. So why, after 2 years of missing the playoffs, they should trade Taze, Kane, Keith, get as much back as they can. They hit the lottery and then go build through the draft and build another fucking championship team. It's going to be, a couple of years, take some time to rebuild, but I don't get why, now's the time. Now's the time.
Because unless you get one of the top 3 picks in the draft, everybody in the first round is the same. It doesn't matter.
No. You're just pulling vague stuff out of your ass.
No, it's true.
Everyone in
I
the
promise
first round is the same.
Everybody in the first round is the same. If you don't get anybody in the first top 5, you don't get the McDavids of the draft. You don't get the Sidney Crosby of the draft. I'm pretty sure Siggy's frozen right now. Otherwise, he's just stuck staring at the camera.
Oh yeah, he's frozen. But keep going. I want to hear this.
Anyway, you don't get after the McDavids, the Tays, the Canes, the number 1 and 2 picks. Oh, there he goes. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. There's nothing left in the draft that's gonna be a top tier value, and it's just getting lucky at that point and good scouting.
No, but that doesn't.
And so it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if you're the 15th pick in the first round or the 5th pick in the first round.
Then how do you build a team? You've never answered me this question. How do you
hit on your draft picks?
Yeah.
And you have a core to build around them.
Listen to me. If they traded Kane, Taze, and Keith, they could get legitimate 9 first-round picks back for those 3 fucking guys. Plus the one that they have. They could have a third of the first round in their hands.
No, listen. Okay, that's a valid point. But first rounders in the NFL are starters. You're not going to take a first round guy in the NHL and start him in the NHL team 1. He's not even going to be a first liner for his first 4 years.
Yeah, but this is the point that you're missing though. When you trade those guys, you're going to have 2 or 3 years where you're bad.
Okay.
But you get all the picks back, you develop in the minor leagues, you bring them to the NHL, and now you got 2 or 3 legit lines of guys that you drafted and control and can do things with, and you can build a fucking good team.
They have nothing to go off of if they don't have leaders on the team and they don't have anybody who's leading the charge. You need a decent first and second line to start rebuilding. You just do, because you need people you build through your third and fourth line.
This makes 0 sense, okay? Because before Taze and Keith were there, right? They were bad.
Yeah.
Then they drafted Taze and Keith.
You think you're missing Kane too.
I'm sorry, and Keith. Kane, whatever the fuck his name is. They drafted those guys, and then they built around them. But
Because
they didn't have anything before that. They didn't have good players before that.
They got 2 top 3 picks in a row in 2 different drafts.
So then you do it. That's what you do again.
You trade Taze to a team, they're not going to be a top 3 pick.
They could.
No, they won't.
How? He didn't make the playoffs the last 2 years.
Name what's the number? What number 1 team right now? The team that won the draft was the Devils. They have nobody. All they have is Taylor Hall, and that's it. And he's not even really like top tier that much. And so what are they going to do?
Siggs is, yeah.
Listen, just doesn't work the same as NFL.
I'm not saying it's the same as the NFL, but you don't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense to hockey guys.
No, it doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense.
You know what? One day we're going to get Dante on this podcast, and we're going to have him talk about it. Mr. Expert, I play juniors. Ugh.
Yeah, but like your team building thing, because it worked for the Bruins, doesn't mean it all of a sudden works for everybody else.
I didn't say it's just because of the Bruins. Name a team that you don't think it worked for.
But I don't get this. So if you never get a good player in the draft, like if you don't hit on a Crosby or a McDavid or a Bergeron or a Taves, you're just doomed to be bad forever. You can't build with just some first round picks and tough guys. Like you have to hit a superstar.
Look at the last. All right, let's go back. Let's look at the last 8 Stanley Cup winners. We'll say.
Okay.
Last year was the Capitals.
The Kings didn't. I mean, Kopitar and Doughty are good, and Jonathan Quick's good, but they didn't have like a legit.
Doughty's Doughty at the time, and kind of still is, was one of the top 3 defensemen in the league.
Okay, but if the Blackhawks traded those guys, they could then get someone like Doughty.
No, they couldn't. You don't know what's coming up in the draft.
But that's not the point. That is not the point.
You trade away Taves. You trade away Taves.
Siggs, hold on. Siggs is back. Siggs is back. Siggs. Now is the time to trade Taves, Kane, and Keith and get as much back as you can and rebuild.
They are only 30.
How are we back on this again?
Because they missed the playoffs for the second year in a row.
The Bruins missed the playoffs for like 3 years in a row, like 3 years ago. What?
I don't get it.
Don't trade him.
I love Patrice Bergeron. I love Brad Marsh.
And they have the third overall pick.
Do not misinterpret what I'm about to say, okay?
No, the Blackhawks.
But the Blackhawks, if the Blackhawks traded Taves, Keith, and Kane, they could get triple what the Bruins would have gotten for Bergeron and Marchand if they decided to trade him. It's not even close.
Dude, they, like Siggy just said, they're slotted to be the 3rd pick in the next draft.
No, they already got it. The lottery was last night.
Yeah,
they
the
moved
Devils
up 12
won.
spots.
What? They moved up 12 spots?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That's
okay.
Lucky.
They already have the 3rd pick. They can then get more picks for these guys. I don't get it.
No. What?
Because what would be the point of getting more picks?
No. Okay.
You already have. Patrick Kane just had his best year of his career.
Yeah, great time to trade him. Never been higher. The amount you could get back for him?
Would you trade Tom Brady right now?
That's different.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, that is different.
Kays and Tane have won 3 cups together.
Okay, so when was the last time the Patriots missed the playoffs?
4, actually. Didn't they win 4?
They won 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 3.
When was the last time the Patriots missed the playoffs?
Okay. All right. Would you trade Russell Wilson?
When would they miss? The Seahawks got back into the playoffs.
Yeah, but they missed it for a couple of years.
They missed it for 1. And they were 1 game out.
Would you trade? Now, I'm going to bring this into analogy. All right. I'm going to find a perfect analogy, and you're going to be wrong. You just don't do it. They're too good.
I am not. But but they're not going anywhere. It doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean they're not going anywhere? They just got a 3rd overall pick.
Okay. The Vegas Knights. Here's the perfect example.
Okay.
Who was their superstar? They were just a team of good players. They didn't have one superstar. Don't tell me it was James Neal. I'm going to scream.
Literally,
it's not James Neal.
That's the biggest anomaly in the NHL ever. That's the only time that's ever happened.
That's not the only time that's ever happened.
Yes, it is. That's the only time there's been an expansion draft where they got they have to pick from any team, dude. Listen, the older expansion drafts didn't have the same rules. They didn't have as easy of rules at how to pick players.
Your point.
They got high talent.
You can build a Stanley Cup winning team without just magically needing superstars. You can get good players, and they could
name the last Stanley Cup team that didn't have a superstar on it.
The Bruins, the Boston Bruins, the 2011 Boston Bruins.
Chara.
Okay.
Thomas.
Okay. Thomas was not a superstar. He got hot in the playoffs
that year.
He got hot in the playoffs.
All right, Chara then.
Okay, so they had a defenseman. They had one good defenseman. You know what?
The best defenseman league at the time.
If the Blackhawks could trade those 3 guys, they could get a lot of good defensemen.
You don't know that.
Fine. Go ahead. Just waste. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, because I'm the GM of the Blackhawks. You didn't sell me. I'm going to waste away the potential. I don't have any say in this. I'm just telling you what it is. I've watched NHL for years now.
You lost the bet. So you have to shave your head and then
Whoa,
put it on your face as a
you
beard.
said 2 years. You said 2 years, and we didn't even follow through that bet because you chickened out.
I didn't chicken out. You
Yes.
because somehow if you won the bet, I had to do something, and if I won the bet, you didn't have to do anything, which made no sense. That's not a
If you
bet.
chose a team, then it would have been fair. But I'm not gonna take a 1 in 31 chance of being wrong.
That's
Why would I do that?
No, I'm not making a bet. If you're so compelled on this, take the bet. You have to shave your head and wear it as a beard.
Why? That makes no sense. It's so unlikely. I could bet on the team.
But
I could
no,
bet
but
on
according
any
to
team
you,
right
it's
now.
likely. Just give it a couple years, they're gonna be right back in the Stanley Cup.
I'm saying it's more likely than.
I'd rather take the chance of the players you have now than risking them to get.
Yes.
Okay.
Just hopefully
Let me
they hit
ask
on the
you this.
draft.
Let me ask you this. You can trade them, and you can get back 9 first-round picks, or
Can't
you
get
could
back
miss
9 first-round picks first, so that's just a lie.
Kane. You could get 3 right now for Kane.
No,
I
you
guarantee
could not. You
Yeah, you
could
could.
not get 3
Yeah, you
first-round
could. He
picks.
just had the best season of his career.
You're stealing stats from Siggy right now. First
Yeah.
off. Second off,
He did it.
nobody's going to make that trade. Nobody's going to make that trade.
Oh yeah, Montreal, who's hockey crazy and hasn't been in the playoffs in like 4 years, they wouldn't pay through the nose for fucking Patrick Kane. You're out of your mind. They give
They
up
would-
3 first-round picks for that guy in a second.
You think they'd give up the next 3 years of first-round picks to get Patrick Kane?
Absolutely.
No, they would not. They would not. Luke,
Why wouldn't you?
you don't know hockey. I don't know what to tell you anymore.
What do you mean I don't know hockey?
Would you give up 3 first-round picks for Tom Brady? Would you give up 3 first-round picks for Patrick Mahomes? No, you
For
don't do
Patrick
that.
Mahomes?
No.
For the next great quarterback for the next 15 years? Yeah,
All
I'd
right,
give up
no,
3
he's-
first-round
he's
picks.
too young. He's too young. Let me make a comparison. Would you give up 3 first-round picks for a 30-year-old quarterback that's a star? Would you give up 3 first-round picks
For
Matt Stafford?
30-year-old Tom Brady, who threw 50 touchdowns? Yeah, I'd give up 3 first-round picks. I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. When Brady turned 30, he threw 50 touchdowns, and 12 years later, and 3 more Super Bowls, he's still in
Yeah,
the fucking league.
You
I
don't
would give
know
up
that.
6 first-round picks for Tom
You
Brady.
don't know he'd still be in the league because Kane's got like 7 years left. 8 years.
A team like Montreal or a team like Toronto in a crazy hockey market.
Toronto doesn't have the cap space for that.
Okay, I know, I obviously understand, but I'm saying like Montreal, they would give up 3 first-round picks for that guy.
They would not, dude. I
I
promise you.
really don't think so.
That's just
I do
not
have
the
some
value.
other hockey news though.
What's up?
The Blue Jackets scored 4 unanswered goals and won 4-3 versus the Lightning.
That's crazy.
Fuck. That was kind of one of my topics. Now I'm gonna look like an idiot, but it's fine.
Okay,
Well, it just
they
happened.
would they would give up 3 they would give up 3 first-round picks.
They wouldn't, dude. They would maybe give up 3. They would. They're only like one of 3 players. Yeah, I would say 1 to 3 players in the league that people would give up 3 first-round picks for.
Who?
Connor
Crosby, McDavid, and Blair, someone else, right?
Yeah, Crosby, McDavid. Maybe Pastrnak. I mean, not even Pastrnak.
Oh my God, no! I'm gonna hang up on the fucking podcast, Mr. Bruins Homer. You would not get 3 first-round picks for Pastrnak if you're not getting 3 for Patrick Kane.
Dude, Pastrnak has a longer longevity than Patrick Kane, and he's already
Patrick
put
Kane
up points
just had the best
near
season
what
of
he
his
did.
career. He has 3.
How many
Stanley
points did
Cups.
Patrick Kane put up this year?
I don't know.
Like
Yeah, so what do you
1-0.
know? He probably put up like what? What Patrick Kane put up like 102?
Oh yeah,
I think it was
remember
like
the time?
108.
Wait, but you remember the time he was skating around with the
Actually,
Stanley
I
Cup
don't
fucking
know.
TD
That
Garden?
was McDavid
Yeah,
had higher amount.
do you remember that? I do. I take
Yeah,
that guy
that
for
hurt.
3 first-round picks.
I wouldn't. That's an awful trade. That's a quick way to just bankrupt your team for the next 8 years.
No, it's not. It's a great way to rebuild your team.
They don't need a rebuild. He had 110.
How? What do you mean they don't need to
I think
rebuild? They
it's
missed the playoffs the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but that's like I don't think that has like anything
I'm
to do with
sorry.
rebuilding.
I demand
They just had
excellence.
bad down years. Their goalies was hurt. They fired their coach. They weren't that good.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
they were in a little transition of away from the old coach, but
If they
missed
the
it by like
playoffs
5
next
points.
year, they miss it next year, they fucked themselves because those guys are all a year older. Their values have gone down. Now
No,
you're
they
stuck with
haven't,
them.
dude. 31 is your prime in hockey. That's when you
How are
want
you saying their value's gone down?
Doesn't. That's not how.
Next year, if they miss the playoffs next year,
They're only fucking next year. They're 31. That's still you still trade for somebody that age in hockey.
okay,
That's a good
if
age.
Patrick Kane does not have 110 points next year, and they miss the playoffs, you will not get 3 first-round picks for him. Right now, you could.
You can't now. You can't. Maybe like 5 years ago you could have, maybe, but that's not how it works.
No, because now you're being a Bruins homer. Because if you're gonna tell me you can get 3 first-round picks for Pastrnak,
you can't get 3 first-round picks for Pastrnak.
Okay, that's egregious. Pasternak's good. He's not Patrick Kane.
He's young. All right.
Okay, so then by your logic, a 23-year-old Patrick Kane you should get 9 first-round picks for.
What?
By your logic. Your logic was that Pasternak's young.
Pasternak's what? 5th year now? 4th year? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in his 5th year.
Okay, but your argument is that Pastrnak is young.
Yeah.
Okay. If a young Pastrnak gets you 3 first-round picks, a young Patrick Kane, in my world, gets you 9. Because Patrick Kane is just a lot better than Pastrnak. I love Pastrnak and I love the Bruins. But fucking, that's egregious.
Pastrnak has 81 points this season in his 5th year. In Kane's 5th year, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 66.
Okay, count the rings.
Okay, that's just a team thing, though. You got a guy who has 15
who scored the
points
game-winning
less.
goal? Who scored the game-winning goal in their first Stanley Cup?
That wasn't when
Game
he was
6.
the same age as David Pastrnak is now.
What?
That wasn't when he was the same age as David Pastrnak is right now. 66 points, Luke. That's 15 points less than Pastrnak is at right now.
Okay. When Pastrnak wins the Conn Smythe in 3 Stanley Cups and is putting up 110 points at age 30, give me a ring and we'll talk. But right now, no way.
Can't win the Conn Smythe.
Not the Conn Smythe. The what's the playoff MVP one called?
I don't know.
No, it is the Conn Smythe. You fucking idiot.
He can't win the Conn Smythe if we don't win.
Yeah, exactly.
But listen, all I'm saying is the points, they add up. Pastrnak has 81 points at age 22. Pastrnak.
Okay, stats humper.
It's true.
You take a 22-year-old Pastrnak over a 22-year-old Patrick Kane?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And Pastrnak, you know what? You know what the fucked up part is? Pastrnak missed most of this year. Pastrnak missed so many games. So he could have been over 100 for all we know.
Because he got drunk and fell. I can't believe I'm even having this conversation right now. I cannot believe this.
I think that he would.
You can disagree with me on the 3 first-round picks. I don't care about that. You're wrong. If you were to take a 22-year-old Pastrnak over a 22-year-old Kane, you're wrong.
No. We'll see. We'll see who ends up with the most career points in like 20 years from now. But
what does most career points matter if you don't win Stanley Cups? It's to win. I don't give a shit if the Bruins score 9 goals a fucking game all season. I don't care. They don't win the Stanley Cup. What was the point of his 81 points? Nothing. 0. Zilch.
Legacy.
No legacy. Stats humper.
You know what it is? You just get your stats up. You can trade them for 3 first-round picks.
Listen. I don't even want to have this conversation. I've seen both guys play enough that I know what the value is, okay?
Okay. That's what you think. You think that Kane's worth 3 first-round picks? I don't know. That's true.
What do you mean he's not, though? I don't understand how he's not.
There are very few players in the NHL that are worth 3 first-round picks, if that.
I think there's only like 1 in that.
Yeah.
Or 2.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Maybe a goalie. I can't even think of a goalie.
Yeah, okay, so fine. Oh, you guys want to blow McDavid, blah.
What do you mean? McDavid is the next coming, dude. He's a fantastic player. Have you seen how he plays?
Great. If he can stay on the ice, he's been hurt 2 of the 3 years he's been in the fucking league. Oh boy, that's a guy I want on my team.
I don't have anything to say anymore.
No, obviously I take Connor McDavid. I'm being a little facetious there. But you guys are really devaluing the play of Patrick Kane, especially in the playoffs.
Kane's not worth it.
I'm not saying I just don't think that a team would give up. My whole thing, yes, I understand he's valued. I don't think a team would give up 3 first-round picks.
I think in a city like Montreal, where the pressure's on to win all the time, yeah, I think they would.
Yeah, I think their fans would be mad that don't have any first-round picks either for the next 3 years.
If Kane comes in, tucks 100 points, and they get back to the playoffs.
Yeah, but if they don't win.
Oh, yeah, what if they don't win? If they don't win, what's the point? Stats humper.
Nothing. There's no. Oh, I'm getting so mad. My point is that right now is Chicago's time to sell. They should sell off, get as many assets as they can, and rebuild, and then be good for the next 15 years. I don't get it.
What you do is you sell your players on the last year of their contract, and that way you get the maximum value out of them. You don't have to re-sign them. You don't have to spend the money, and you could still sell Kane at age 34, 35 for a first round pick. at the trade deadline.
Yes, but you could sell him right now.
You can't
Three
sell him for
first-round picks.
3. You just can't.
The Bruins gave up a first-round pick for fat old Rick Nash last year at the trade deadline. All right? He sucked, and you're telling me Patrick Kane is worth the same?
I think that was more of a desperation move of
Yeah,
trying to go for it. But
So then what about a desperation team?
They're not giving up 3 first-round picks. They're just not. It's never been done before, dude. Wayne Gretzky, they didn't even get 3 first-round picks for Wayne Gretzky when he got traded to the Kings.
I'm just whatever. You have given me no like rebuttals. You just told me that
That's enough. Wayne Gretzky, the greatest hockey player, when he got traded, they didn't get 3 first-round picks for him.
Was he coming off his best season?
Dude, every season for him was the best season.
No, his second season where he scored 92 goals was his best season.
He had 208 points one season.
That would be his second one.
All right, well, it doesn't matter. His second season. All right, so you just trade him high at age 20.
No, what are you even talking about?
You said his second season. That's when that's when his highest
No,
points was.
I'm still mad because your logic makes 0 sense.
Listen,
You
if
just
the
told me I'm
greatest
wrong.
hockey player
You haven't
in
told me why.
NHL history didn't get traded for 3 first-round picks. Nobody's gonna get traded for 3 first-round picks. It's not happening. Siggy's fact-checking this right now.
I am.
To see what Wayne Gretzky got traded for. You know what he did get traded for though? I'm pretty sure he got traded for literally like 6 players and $10 million if I remember correctly.
That's still a lot.
Let's see.
Literally, they literally paid like money to get Wayne Gretzky. Like no picks. Is that legal? Like, is that still legal? Can you just trade people money?
But I want to know, how do you build a team in hockey then? You just hope one day you get the first pick and draft a Crosby and then, ooh, we're good again.
Yeah.
You can build teams other ways.
Name a team that's done it then.
The Vegas Golden Knights a year ago. Don't tell me they're an anomaly. How about
expansion draft? That's so different.
How about your Boston Bruins? How about your fucking Boston Bruins in 2011? Huh? Where was the big number 1 pick they got? Don't tell me Sagan. He didn't do a lot in that team till the end.
They kept the same core since that cup. What do you mean? Oh, you're talking about before that?
Before that, they didn't draft a superstar.
They signed Chara. They drafted Bergeron. What do you mean? They drafted him, I'm pretty sure, in 07.
Yeah,
Bergeron but is not on the same level.
He was like a second or third round pick.
What?
He wasn't even a first rounder. Bergeron. I don't think.
You can build. There are other ways to build.
They had
way.
They had Glenn Murray. Before that, that was a core player they used to bridge. Bill Guerin.
Siggy, what did Crosby get traded for?
Not Crosby, Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, what did fucking Gretzky get traded for?
It was with one other guy, or 2 other guys for 2 players and bad news for Dan, 3 first-round picks in cash.
Face.
But 2 players with him.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Taze and Kane. There you go.
Yeah, but then you got to give up like 9. With the way you're explaining it, they're going to get 3 each for those, so they're going to give 6 first-round picks or 6 like.
And you know what? The best part was Wayne Gretzky never won a Stanley Cup once he got traded. The Kings didn't do shit.
So what does that have to do with anything?
You shouldn't trade 3 first-round picks for a player like that.
Yeah, what? I'm getting frustrated. The Bruins, your Boston Bruins, did not build their Stanley Cup team, the same way that you have explained that you build a team.
They got.
According to you, you're bad. Then you get the first pick. You draft someone great, and then you're good. That's the Dan flow chart of making a good hockey team.
They made a fantastic free agent signing in Chara. Or a trade, I forget.
Okay, so you can sign free agents, and you can draft other guys besides the first top 3 picks.
That's how you build a core sometimes, yeah.
Okay, that's how. So why can't the Blackhawks do that? If they maximize their assets, then they can get.
It's the harder way of doing it. If you keep a good core and you just keep building around that and rotating it year by year, yeah, you'll miss the playoffs a few years, but you'll have some good runs. Hockey, it's not about being dominant for a long time. It's about getting momentum for a few years and making that push, making a trade at the deadline to push into the Stanley Cups for that year. It's a year by year game. You can't just there's no longevity in hockey. The players have longevity. The teams do not.
What about the Penguins?
The Penguins have Sidney Crosby.
Okay, so they've been legitimately good.
And Evgeny Malkin.
No, you can. My way would work, and you know it.
Okay, all right. If you think that, I don't know what to say anymore. We've been talking about hockey for 25 minutes.
Yeah, because I guarantee you if I went on NHL right now, I could get 3 first-round picks back for Kane. I could get at least 2 for Taze, maybe 1 for Keith, and then I could build a team going forward.
Do it. Take a screenshot, and we'll see.
All right, I will.
I don't even have NHL. I have NHL 18. I'm pretty sure. So
I don't know which one I have either.
I'll try. I'll try it. It's not gonna work though.
Whatever.
Are you gonna trade Kane away for 3 picks? What you're saying? You're gonna be the GM of the Blackhawks?
I'm gonna play as the Blackhawks.
Okay.
I'm gonna trade away Keith, Kane, and Taves.
Okay. If you get 9
Guaranteed-
first-round picks, like you said, I will.
I can get between those 3 guys 6 first-round picks, 2 for each.
Oh, what the hell? You're moving the
Now you're
goalposts
backtracking,
now.
yeah.
What is this, dude? You said 9 first-round picks. Tell you what.
Okay,
You get
9 might have been an
7,
oversell.
You get
9
7. You get 7, and we'll call it a day.
9 might have been an oversell.
7.
Yeah,
You said you can get 3 for Kane. All you got to do is get 2 for the other 2.
I bet I could do that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
We'll see. Post on Twitter. We'll see.
I will.
All right. All right. Moving on. Because Luke likes talking about NHL cores every single week.
I don't. I'm right. You're wrong. You have to shave your head and post it on your face.
I don't have to shave my head. You said this year didn't count, first off.
No, this year
second off-
counts next year.
What?
And this year and next year. And then you
No,
got to shave your head and wear it as a beard.
This year, the bet was before you pussied out. It was this year, didn't count, and we started next year and
Did
the year
I
after.
pussy out of a bet?
Sig,
How
am I
is this
wrong?
even a bet? If you won, I had to do something. If you lost, you didn't have to do anything. That's not a bet. That's me getting
I told you
fucked.
to choose a team, and
What?
I'll choose a team then that will win the Stanley Cup. I bet you the Blackhawks will win before any other team you choose.
The Lightning. There you go.
But we're not counting this year.
No, because I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't have a dog in the fight.
All right, then it's settled. It's over.
Fine, but I was right.
My personal rant of the week. We're going back-to-back rants here because I came in hot with this, but now I've been kind of proven wrong by Siggy's score update here. I'm sick of people who take absurdly hot takes and like they're never held accountable. Like people who are gonna say that the Blue Jackets were gonna beat the Lightning. This is literally what I wrote down before I found out.
There's freezing cold takes on Twitter.
I know, but that's just starting now. There are people out there who have been saying, like very randomly, like, oh, I can see Columbus stealing this in 5. Like, no, you don't. You're just saying that so that if you're right on the off chance that you're right about this stupid fucking thing, that you're gonna be like, yeah, I know everything about hockey. But if you're right, if you're wrong,
just like on the off chance you're right about your core idea. Yeah, I knew.
And
I
if
knew
you're
they keep
wrong,
rallying back in the
nobody's gonna hold you
playoffs.
accountable. Nobody's
What?
gonna hold you accountable for being wrong. Being like, oh yeah, I was betting against the
We'll
Lightning.
never
Of
know
course.
because they're not going to trade him.
I'm not talking about that, Luke. It's my rant. You stay out of my rant. You had your rant.
Whatever.
You had 25 minutes. This is my 5 minutes. Okay.
No, we bantered. That was banter.
That was a rant. But anyway, I'm sick of people taking too hot of takes and not being held accountable. I think freezing cold takes should be more widespread and should hold more people accountable. I'm sick of this.
Yeah. Well, you should be held accountable when the fucking Blackhawks don't win the Stanley Cup in the next 2 years.
We'll see.
We'll never know if they're going to trade Caves or Tebow, so we won't know if I'm held accountable, but they should.
I need you to stand up and just take that stick out of your ass just for maybe 3 seconds.
What do you mean stick out of my ass? You gave me the worst rebuttals of all time.
Luke, we've had this conversation 3 weeks now.
No, we don't have to keep doing it. It's fine. I get it. I'm going to the coal mine. But fucking all right.
We'll just bury it in the coal mine.
Here's another thing.
This will be something we'll talk
Should do
about
it.
next year.
This isn't a rant.
Okay.
This is some good news. Okay. So I've talked about it before. There's a game that I really enjoy. There's 3 of them. They're called Ace Attorney. You play as a lawyer. It's nothing like being in court. It's actually really fun. It's basically a murder mystery. There's all the games are broken up into 4 cases. Sometimes there's 5. And you got to go around and each case you got to who murdered this guy, and you got to figure it out, and you got to go to court, and there's evidence, and it's very fun. And yesterday they dropped all 3 in one package on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC for $30. Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, $30, that's kind of a lot. I don't know. I don't really know about these games.
It's not that much.
Well, a lot of games go for 60, and there's 3 of them. You get 3 games, $30. They're very fun. I know a big gripe with people. They get weird when they see something that is animation from Japan. Everyone goes, "Oh my god, tentacle porn, blah." You know, to me, it looks just like a regular cartoon. I know some people will be like, "That's a Japanese cartoon. Oh my god, you're so weird." It's really not. But if you have a gripe with that, then maybe stay away from it. My only thing is, are some of the female characters drawn with a bigger chestal area than you might see on like Nickelodeon? Maybe, but that's just something I think you have to put up with. So, it's out there for $30. I'm playing it. I played through them a bunch of times, but give me another excuse to play through them on PS4. It's really cool seeing them on the big screen because I played it on my phone, and my phone's small, my TV's bigger. So
Is it the same storyline?
Yes, the first 3 games, but they're really fun.
What's the story?
One day, I will find another human being, living person, who's played the game, and we can talk about it because I haven't actually met anybody in person who's actually ever played these games. I tried to get Squid to play them, and he's stupid. And he couldn't play them. Squid's my brother. He wouldn't play them. I've seen people in YouTube comments before, but I don't know them. So one day I will. But besides that, that's it. I'm stoked. That's all.
What's it called?
Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney. Go look up some reviews on it.
It's fun.
I bet, man. I don't have $30. I was hoping that you were going to...
No, shut up. You're a liar. It's fine if you don't want to play it. I'm not trying to sway either of you. If you don't want to play it, that's fine. I'm not saying play it. I'm just saying I am personally stoked. Don't tell me you don't have $30.
I don't.
Bartender.
I don't. I really don't.
Oh, really?
I don't.
I don't care if you guys don't want to play it. I'm just saying personally, I'm stoked. I'm happy.
I would like a trial of it before I buy it. That's it.
Then get it on your phone.
Is it free?
You can play the first case free on your phone, and then if you don't like it, then you just delete it.
All right. I'll try it.
You guys don't have to play it. That's not the point of this rant.
No, dude, I support you.
The point was, I was happy because they got right about the Blackhawks, and I was happy because 3 of my favorite games of all time are on.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find the clip. And I'm gonna throw it on Twitter of you saying that it's not this year that we're talking. We're talking the year after and the year after that, and you're gonna look like a fool.
It's fine. My point still stands.
Not really, but okay. Anyway, I was hoping you would tell us a little bit of what happened about WrestleMania.
I'll break it down for you.
Yeah, give us the quick TLDR.
Okay. Here's a quick breakdown. WrestleMania, in the past, usually 4 hours, maybe goes to 5 hours, whatever. The last 3 years, they've decided, we'll start our pre-show at 5, and our main event will be on at 12:30. That's 7.5 hours. It's way too long, okay? That's number one. They need to cut the time down. Now, if we're running through the match real quick, the pre-show, if you're a WWE fan, you know what I'm about to say. If you're not, you might not get it. But the pre-show matches were pre-show matches. They're the same, it's not the same exact match every time, but it's the same kind of quality. You get the same kind of quality on the pre-show that you get every single fucking WWE pre-show.
What's that?
So,
like low?
No, well, so they do a 2-hour pre-show. They do a 1-hour pre-show for every pay-per-view that they do, so that people who don't have WWE Network or pay-per-view can watch and tune in and maybe say, ooh, maybe I'll subscribe and watch the pay-per-view.
Okay.
For WrestleMania, they do 2 hours. So they had 4 matches on the pre-show. They were all the same quality of every pre-show match ever. They were good, but just nothing, I'm not going, oh my God, remember
not
that
headliners.
No big headlines, yeah.
So the Cruiserweight match was good. The 2 Battle Royals were good. The tag team match, they were good. Whatever. Then the show starts. The host comes out. Her name's Alexa Bliss. She's incredibly hot. She's a diva. She didn't wrestle because she's pregnant. She's like, I can make a WrestleMania moment whenever I want. Snaps her fingers. Hulk Hogan comes out. The people go crazy. It's still kind of weird because he is really racist and there's a lot of bad things about Hulk Hogan. But he came out, did his thing, whatever. And then Paul Heyman came out. Paul Heyman was mad. He's Brock Lesnar's manager guy. And he was like, if Brock Lesnar's not the main event, we're doing this right now. So Brock Lesnar's match was first. Seth Rollins beat him. Great match. The rest of the card was good. Right about in the middle point, they had Daniel Bryan, the WWE champ, defend his title against Kofi Kingston. That was the best match of the night. The whole thing was that Kofi Kingston had been in WWE for 11 years and had never gotten a fair shake, had never gotten a WWE title match. So he had to win all these crazy gauntlet matches, and he finally gets his match at WrestleMania, and he wins, and it was really emotional and cool. After that, the show kind of died a little because it's 7 hours, and I can only watch wrestling for so much. And the crowd died a little bit too. It was still good after the Kofi Kingston match, but it wasn't as great. The best part was after the Kofi Kingston match, John Cena came back to the old school John Cena. He rapped a little bit. Was like, yo, what's up? Yo, John Cena.
With the Yankees.
Yeah, was he wearing a Yankees uniform?
Yes, but let me explain.
Okay, all right. I'm a little mad, but go ahead.
When Cena did the rap character all the way back, he started as a bad guy. And he wore a Yankees jersey, a Roger Clemens Yankee jersey, at the old Fleet Center. And he came out and he rapped and was like, screw Boston, Yankee fan, whatever. Someone interviewed him years later and was like, why did you do that? We thought you were from Boston. We thought you were a Red Sox fan. And he said, I am. It was one of the most painful things I ever had to do. But Vince McMahon, my boss, told me to do it. So I'm going to do what my boss tells me to do. Same thing here with the Babe Ruth thing. They're in New York. They told him, you got to wear the Babe Ruth jersey. He had to wear it. He's still a Red Sox fan. So I give him the pass because if my boss was like, you have to do this or you're fired, I would do it.
What about Batista, Triple H?
It was good, but when the crowd dies and the crowd kind of not loses interest, but the emotional peak of the night was that WWE title match, the Kofi Kingston match, right?
Yeah.
So then the crowd was kind of like, tired. The crowd just wasn't as into it. So the match itself was good, and they beat the crap out of each other. But the crowd was just kind of like, next, moving on. If they were on earlier, it would have been like one of the best matches of the night, but they were just on so late. And the main event was Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte for both women's titles. It was really cool, except they kind of screwed up the end of the match. Becky Lynch rolled up Charlotte, and they counted 3, but Becky Lynch rolled up Ronda Rousey. They counted 3, but it looked like Ronda Rousey's shoulder was off, and it was also like, you watch wrestling, big move, and then the ending's coming soon, like the ending's going to happen. This was just kind of like they're in the middle of the match, and then she pinned her, and that was it. It was very anticlimactic, the end of it. But overall, good WrestleMania.
You see what happened after?
What?
When everybody was outside of the stadium trying to leave, and everybody was waiting for Ubers and whatnot, and nobody could get them because everybody was requesting them, and there wasn't that many drivers out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw pictures of it. There were just
Wow.
thousands of people just waiting for Ubers, and nobody could get any to leave the stadium.
Wow, shit. I did not see that. I wish I had. That sounds fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't my favorite WrestleMania of all time. But it was good. It was a good show. Good overall.
Yeah. What are you guys switching sports here? Are you done with the WrestleMania? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I still got a beef. Gillette Stadium has bid on WrestleMania a bunch, and they won't do it at Gillette Stadium because they're nervous about the weather. But they'll do it at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey the same time of year with the same fucking weather, which I find bullshit. But that's really my only beef.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. It's like that time they had the Super Bowl in MetLife. That was fucking stupid.
But if WrestleMania didn't go to MetLife, they only stayed in warm areas or domes, then I'd be like, okay, they won't go to MetLife. That's okay. They don't come to Gillette, but they go to MetLife. This is the second time they've done it at MetLife. So
why didn't they do it in the Garden?
What?
Why didn't they do it in the Garden?
Because after WrestleMania 22, they stopped going to smaller hockey stadiums to go to big football.
Oh shit!
Big ass stadiums. Yeah, they did one in the Garden in 1998. It was a good WrestleMania, but the thing about it was, it has probably the most important match in WWE history, which is just weird that it was in Boston. But they won't do it at Gillette Stadium for the weather, which is stupid because they'll do it in New York, and there's the same fucking weather the same time of year. But moving on.
Yeah, they could definitely sell more tickets going to those because MetLife here has 82,000 it holds, and MSG only holds 20. So
damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, no, doing the football stadium thing makes sense, but WWE started in the Northeast. It's got a ton of Boston hardcore fans. Gillette is a beautiful stadium. The crafts are into it. Like, it has a perfect setup for it. Gillette holds like what 68,000, and that's just like during a football game.
Yeah.
And then you got to think about the seats they can put on the field. Like, you're looking at 70,000 something. Like,
Six are the people that like sit so far up and can like barely see the ring though.
yeah, but they have big
Just like
screens.
that. No, I know, but that kind of I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I
the
get
point
what
at
I
that
get what you're
point.
saying. I get what you're saying.
That's just anywhere, not just Gillette, just in general.
Yeah. Well, speak of football stadiums, what did you guys think about this whole Antonio Brown bullshit?
It's dumb.
He looks like such a scumbag.
Yeah.
Like, I got over like the whole like, oh, he wanted to leave his team, like whatever. He looked like a douchebag then, but I was like, all right, he can redeem himself. There's
It
no
just
coming
got
back.
worse.
There's no coming back. I think everybody hates him.
I stopped liking him. The Patriots were playing the Steelers in the AFC Championship game 2 weeks before the 28-3 comeback. So that was the 2016-17 season.
Okay.
The Patriots were up. Pittsburgh scored a touchdown. Pittsburgh never really got close, but this was like the closest they made it. I think at one point it was like 10-7. It was 10-0, and then Pittsburgh scored to make it 10-7. Or actually, they missed the extra point, 10-6, or something like that. This was the only time Pittsburgh was actually close in the game. And the touchdown they scored, they handed to D'Angelo Williams, the backup running back, and he scored. And then there were reports that came after that Antonio Brown threw his helmet and was mad on the sideline that he didn't score the touchdown. And that's when I lost a lot of respect for him, because it was like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're obsessed with your stats, Antonio Brown, but like, you should want to win and go to the Super Bowl, not if you get the fucking touchdown and get to do your stupid ass dance. So that's when I started losing respect for him. And so when this came out, I was like, yeah, no, this makes sense. So yeah. They're going to be better this year. They're going to be better without.
Yeah, I agree. Addition by subtraction.
Yeah, they're going to be way better without those fucking clowns. You watch.
They got something to prove. Juju, I think, has more to prove. I think like it was kind of like it was just a scummy move going after like of anybody like Juju. Like the kid, he's been such a good person for the NFL. He's been such a good person to everybody. He's been so humble. He just like he had no qualms with Antonio Brown, but Antonio Brown had to come at him. And then on top of that, Juju was like, "Yo, like I respected you. I don't know why you're coming at me like this." And then Antonio Brown posted that screenshot of the DM he got from him.
That made him look bad.
Yeah,
It
made zero sense.
It made 0 sense. On top of like it made him look bad, yeah, but it made 0 sense. It's like, oh, this guy who just said he respected me. What? It's like, dude, you look like such an idiot. Like, what's wrong with it? I think honestly, I think after this contract with the Raiders, he's done. Like, he may as well retire because I don't think people are going to want him in his locker room. I think
If he's still good, someone will sign him.
It doesn't matter, dude. You're not going to win with a guy like that in the locker room.
Some stupid team will give him a contract.
Yeah, a losing team.
Yeah, I'm not saying the fucking Patriots are going to scoop him up after he's done in Oakland, but like, if you can still play, you're going to be on an NFL team. Look at any player ever. Why aren't they on NFL teams anymore? Because they can't play. If you can play, someone will fucking sign you.
That's different.
What?
It's a Kaepernick can still play, but that's different.
That is a little different. That's maybe the one situation where my theory doesn't apply. Yeah. Like, look at Tyreek Hill. Look at Kareem Hunt. Scumbags. They're both on NFL rosters. Why? Because Tyreek Hill can run a 4.2 and Kareem Hunt's a good running back. And there you go.
Yeah.
So.
Big pattern with the Chiefs, but whatever. Patrick Mahomes probably like beats people too, but whatever. We don't know that yet. It hasn't come out, but we'll see.
It's a bold assumption.
I don't know. There's something off about him. I don't like his hair. I don't like his voice.
Doesn't mean he beats people.
Yeah, what the fuck?
All right, maybe he doesn't beat somebody, but something might come out about him. There's something up with that guy. He's too nice.
He seems more like a marry your cousin kind of guy.
What? Yeah, he probably has a cousin.
Like maybe nothing
God.
bad comes up, but you find out he like married his first cousin or something.
Yeah, and then he got a quick divorce because he's like, oh shit, can't do that.
Or maybe he has an imaginary girlfriend like Manti Te'o.
No, he doesn't strike me as an imaginary girlfriend kind of guy. It's gonna be something just weird. He's gonna have some weird habit, like.
Well, he has the weird catch-up thing.
Yeah, but that's just like him being like young.
And he just makes money off that now. Anyway.
Yeah. He's gonna have some weird thing. I don't know. Like Andrew Luck with his neck beard shit, with all those commercials. He's gonna have some weird marketing thing he's gonna do. And it's just gonna be weird. I don't know. He weirds me out. Anyway, in other NFL news, Mike McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, nobody gave a shit about it because it's not the Patriots. I don't know. I've been saying Aaron Rodgers is a little bitch for years, and not taking away his talent. The guy is great, but I just knew he was a little bitch. He's just a little bitch, and now the report comes out and everyone's like, yeah, whatever. It's kind of annoying, but like whatever.
Yeah, it's because they're not winners that nobody really gives a fuck.
Yeah,
it's just like I don't know. The fact that he would like, what rubbed me the wrong way was like all this shit, obviously, but then on top of that, it's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers would like freeze people out because they were on the coach's side of an argument. It's like, dude, are you serious? Like, you're an NFL quarterback. You're really gonna freeze receivers out because they don't agree with you over the coach, who, at the end of the day, the coach has the final say. Like, what?
Well, see, that's why I hate the theory. If you put Rodgers with Belichick, he'd have like 8 Super Bowls. No, Belichick would have traded him in about 2 weeks. He'd have been so annoyed and fucking being a little bitch. Belichick would have been, see ya. They would have won with Brian Hoyer.
100%. They wouldn't have stood for that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't really follow it, so.
He's a baby back bitch. If you
all
want
you
to look
know
up,
is that Aaron Rodgers is a little bitch.
yeah.
I'm not in NFL mode, so.
You got your hypothetical ready yet, Luke?
Yeah, I do.
All right. What is it?
Okay. Would you rather live in 1958 and work in a coal mine, or be the GM of the Blackhawks and trade Jonathan Toews, Duncan Keith, and Patrick Kane? Because I am pretty torn.
I think I'd rather be a miner.
I like the coal miner idea.
Seems like a better trade-off.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I think I'd rather be the miner because it seems like the other one would be a stupid idea.
I'm on Dan's side here.
I want to be in a coal mine too, so you guys win.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we all agree, I guess. Wow, that's the first hypothetical we all agreed on.
So I think the Patriots should draft Riley Ridley.
Riley Ridley, the star from the internet.
What? No, the receiver from Georgia.
Oh! I'm mixing up names here. Right? Oh wait, that's.
Yeah, you messed up names there.
Yeah, no.
I know who you're thinking of, you sick bastard.
No. I'm talking about somebody else, dude. I was talking about Riley Cooper. That's who I was thinking of.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was. I was totally talking about that. Listen, Riley Ridley is never going to be as good as his older brother. So.
Yeah, he'll be better.
Oh, dude, Calvin Ridley's a beast, and then Stephen Ridley's even better than that.
Okay, well, I gotta pee, and I'm
All right.
just.
I think we ran out of time today.
I'm so what's the word I'm looking for?
Flabbergasted.
Yeah, by this whole thing. So,
Yeah.
this was the No Name Podcast. Peace out.